gangster's paradise.
In gangster's paradise. In gangster's paradise.
Keep spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most their lives living in a gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise.
Bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like I'm bossy.
Man a half humble, man a bossy.
Bossy, man a bossy. Man a bossy.
Man a half humble, man a bossy. Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like I'm bossy. I fly around the world cause I'm bossy. Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like I'm bossy. I fly around the world cause I'm bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. My money so long it doesn't know me.
Unlock your full creative potential. Go to fxhome.com now and download the only video editing software you'll ever need. With a simple interface and all the editing tools right at your fingertips, your voice will finally become your content, including the best music, sound effects, and video templates, all built directly into your editing platform. And with a dedicated Learn panel, you won't believe how easy it is to create your first video. And it's all free.
Awesome.
Go to fxhome.com now and start turning your ideas into amazing videos today.
Came to rap, you know, do my thing. Sabi put me on the gram, you know, remix thing. Pull tight Wiley with the Pacino flow. Godfather part 2, call me De Niro. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. Disrespect, man, get a slap on the chin. Man a king, me a top ball, Larry, man a big DJ, Ox, Megan and Harry. Boss, yeah, man a boss. I make your girl melt like a toast. I've been this way some day, and I write for myself, no boast.
Me's a boy got money in a bank and Me's a boy got money in a bank and ready for roll and blaze up this dunk on. Me's a boy got money in a bank and ready for roll and blaze up this dunk on. Got the girls from Jam 1 to Hong Kong. The girl them champion. Needs a boy got money in a bank on. Ready for roll and blaze up this tank on. Got the girls from Jam 1 to Hong Kong. The girl them champion.
Bossy. Godfather, man a OG. Man a half humble, man a bossy. Finger rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like I'm bossy. I fly around the world cause I'm bossy.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Voxy, the mobile network worth shouting about. Yours for just £10 a month.
the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed, life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? Fly away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero?
Jack it up.
Stella Artois Unfiltered. Bière au naturel.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to OWR F2. Today is round 2 at Portugal. Looks like we've got an almost full grid for tonight's session as well. One-shot qualification, sprint race, and then feature race. Let's go. Who's going to bring it home? On my own again this evening, so apologies if I ramble. And there we go. To start it off, wet one-shot quali. I don't know what that means for the race. If anyone in game can advise, that'd be fantastic. I don't even know if... Let me check stream. It's pretty weird hearing myself, but let's check. So if anyone has been watching over the weekend, we raced around Imola, Div 1 and Div 2. It was a good weekend of racing. Especially in Div 2. Div 2 is a great race to watch. So here we go on a one-shot wet quali. And the F2 cars on this winding track. The elevation change here at Portugal is... Oh, Benson's already retired from the session. That must be a crash, I assume. But if you can see it, the timing is... I assume. Brilliant, so that's working. I can stop listening to my own voice. Brilliant. Yeah, so you can see on the timer screens that they're all changing around pretty quickly. Obviously, a lot of people will be, especially if the race is looking to be dry, might be running dry setups. It could be another crash there. I'm on board with Perfect Paulie in the Carling car. He's looking like he's got a really good exit there and actually gained a few places, but he's got off onto the grass, and that's going to be the end of his attempt, I assume. Jump aboard Emma Devour. He's a little bit further forward. Baby Boy leading the charge at the moment. The conditions do look tricky. Obviously, they only have the full wet tyre in F2. But you can see actually there, where we change through the cameras, you can see they're all still quite close to each other. At times might be, going to be a lot of invalidations though. with them running wide. Baby Boy still looking like he's gonna clinch pole position for the sprint race. Oh no, perfect Paulie again is pulling back some time in the Carling car. I see the Div 2 champion from last season is going to come across the line. P3, so a slight spread there. Actually, quite a big spread, a 35.6 for the pole lap from Baby Boy. Make that bigger. No, clear, brilliant. Okay. So does anyone know if this is going to be a wet race as well? Are we talking wet race and wet, or both for both? And if anyone's in game, and 16 cars we've got tonight. That's not a bad turnout for a Wednesday evening. Obviously, people got busy lives, and the F2 cars aren't the easiest things to drive and can be rather frustrating at times. Dry both. Brilliant, fantastic. I was running so late today, I didn't even get my cup of tea. I was gonna have a cup of tea, watch the race. I'm gonna have to do that in the break and leave you all for 5 minutes while I make a brew. Obviously, Benster's leading the championship at the moment. Just while they get ready to go onto the grid, I will bring up the standings there. At the moment, Benster leading Deathwing by some amount of points, around 15, I assume that is. My maths isn't great, and it's right on the spot, and I'm live to 7 people, you know. Impression of tyres again, please. I don't know what you mean. Skirt. Maybe that. I don't know. Yeah, and then Baby Boy in P3. So there's quite a lot of points actually up for grabs each weekend. Yes, you do. I have literally the worst memory in the world. It will just come out randomly. If check general chat. Okay. So we'll jump back to the gameplay screen here while we get ready to get onto the grid for the sprint race. Obviously, a no stop race. I'm not sure how many laps it's going to be. Obviously, we will have a formation lap first as well. That's what I'm saying. He's going to stretch these, so he's going to have to stretch these tyres until the tyres are screaming at him. Take me off! Okay, yeah, okay. Someone's going to have to run their tyres down. I know what you're on about now. So I don't remember anything. Literally, I don't remember anything of that race, to be honest with you. It's pretty bad. Got old man syndrome. 27 and losing my mind. Okay, so we'll turn our attention back now. I've found out what you're on about. Back to the sprint race, 13 laps. Portimao circuit in Portugal. Elevation change here is probably the most of any Formula 1 circuit. Undulates, that great word they use on Sky. The undulating track. Baby Boy is going to be on pole. Carrera in P2, Sinbad P3. This ain't what they qualified in. This just ran. I don't understand how one-shot quali, and then on to sprint race works. But this is the starting grid. Laser P5, Shaney P6, Deathwing P7, IC P8, Emma Devour P9, Perfect Paulie P10, Bolski P11, Yui P12, Sam P13, Louis Bolton P14, Benster P15, and Mark in P16 at the back of the grid. So down into turn 1 could be a little bit of carnage. The F2 cars are very heavy. So who's that coming through the middle there? Sinbad Jeff got into his box all right as well. MKL's the only one to miss it. Oh, and Mark's missed it at the last there as well. Starting a little bit further back. Oh, it reverses the quality positions in F2. But there we go. That's 5 lights. Drive-through penalty for Ice. You want to jump in the start, and then the lights do go out, and they get away. And that's that's Baby Boy off into the wall and out of the race. Not out of the race, because I don't think that full damage is on. We jump on board in the middle of the pack here with the Carling, and he's kept his no doubt trouble. There's cars swarming around him now. And the battle goes on ahead as well. And the cars are just jostling position 3 wide through turns 3. And then up through a really tricky part of the track. And there's a big incident there. That's a lot of cars off. Did not get a great view of that. But we see in the background as well, still more carnage. This is going to have to be a safety car here. What's gone on? Sprint race chaos. I need to put all the things on. That's what I need to do. That's why I'm like, why don't I know anything? Position changes. Look, 9, 9, 8. Crazy stuff. So that is just going to be a virtual safety car by the looks of it. No full safety car coming out. So it's going to nullify the pack. But there is a big gap from Laser back to Perfect Paulie, which probably isn't going to close up too much under this virtual safety car. But yeah, difficult start there. It looks like a lot of people have had, and I think a lot of people will be coming into the pits for fresh wings, especially everyone down here. Sinbad, Ember, Devour, Bolski, I assume losing that many in position. Baby Boy as well, obviously losing that many positions. Baby Boy obviously was at the back of the pack after the being in the wall turn 1. He's gained all those other positions back because of the carnage that ensued in front of him. I think we're about to get ready to go racing again. It's going to be very shortly. Except that gap back from Laser to Perfect Paulie is rather large. So hopefully we will see the green flag drop very shortly. There is a car in the pit. Oh, it's Shaney's retired car in the pits. Obviously too much damage to get back out on track. Only Louis Bolton pits is what I'm seeing from that. Maybe damage isn't on. It must be on some. What? There was like 50 cars piled up on top of each other. How does that work? Okay, so no one pits. So positions kind of Carrera and Icy, or Icy gaining a lot and being in a really good position at the moment. Carrera just staying out of trouble at the start. Didn't spin off the line like Baby Boy did. So obviously, and we've got green by the looks like there. So we'll see some battling on track now as Sam does get overtaken by Benster in the lovely looking Campos car. So I'm having to go on the car to see the name because I don't know them. Well, I know them, but not well enough. Okay, I think a lot of people are going to be struggling with downforce now. I think especially if they've got damaged wings. Now, it's hard to tell on the F2 cars because they are so so blocky. But he is definitely missing his front left end plate. Is he not? Yeah. There's no front left end plate then. You can see as he's washing out onto the left. Benster now actually is caught onto the back of Perfect Paulie. Obviously, Benster leading the championship. He's got a lot of pace as he goes to the inside, as he sets the purple lap as well, as he pulls up alongside and is going to be passed into the corner. Still no, Paulie's holding it out, and he's going to really challenge it there, but there you go, he concedes the position. And he'll just sit behind now and hopefully wait for some DRS. Oh, but it looks like Benster's made a mistake there. And Paulie's going to drive right back past. Benster's going to have to do that all over again next lap. As Carrera actually and Laser, Carrera's obviously lost a couple of positions there. So something must have happened to Carrera. He's lost out to Icy and now Laser as well. As it looks like everyone's sort of pulling back together. and it looks like we're going to be in. There's a lot of battles going on right now. There's a position change down the bottom. Oh, and Laser goes wide. Carrera looks to go up the inside, but doesn't get enough traction on the exit to get back past Laser. He's going to have to look for that DRS when it comes. Benster, on the other hand, only... Oh, it looks like actually Carrera's had a slight moment himself and is going to open the door for Perfect Paulie to have a go. And maybe Benster's going to come through too. I think we're going to be battling 3 wide down into turn 1. Benster wants to get the move done before he gets onto that main straight still. And they're going to go wheel to wheel down the main. Down the straightaway! And Benster's not going to get it done. Paulie's going to hold off for another go round. And it looks like Mark's going to make the move around the outside. And he's going to get past Sam. And Deathwing's then going to be looking at the back of Sam as well now. Doesn't look like he's going to have enough. Obviously, DRS open down there into the very tough hairpin uphill on the exit. Really hard to get your... Oh, I'm looking up here. Benster's made it past Carrera. It looks like he's done it just before the corkscrew. But Carrera is now going to be hopefully staying in touch enough to get that DRS on the main straight. To mount a challenge back. But it looks like Benster's pulling away a little bit now. But Benster's gone really quite deep there. And it looks like his line through the sweeping right is slightly impeded. Not impeded, that's not the right word, but it's slightly slower than Carrera's. He's gained quite a lot of time back there. And Icy in front. Oh no, that's Laser in front, so Icy's pulling out a massive lead, but Benster's right on the back of Laser as well. Laser goes a little bit wide through the final corner. DRS now for Benster and DRS for Carrera as well, but Carrera's going to be a little bit too far back to do anything here. Benster's going to pull up to the inside. And he's going to make the move, and he's going to be past well and clear and use that wide line now to just drive out the corner and keep the car ahead. Up in the background though, it looks like Perfect Paulie's caught onto the back of Carrera as well now. Wait, what's happened? Someone's gone from somewhere. Icy pitted. That was why. What's going on? So why is Icy pitted? Where is he now? How did I miss him pitting? Oh yeah! That's it. Oh god! Jumped on board there with Carrera, almost nailing into the back of Laser. And he's going to be safe from Mark, who's quite a bit further back, but he has lost the position out to Perfect Paulie, who's now wanting to mount a charge onto Laser. He sees a podium in this sprint race in front of him now. Again, Laser takes quite a wide line through quite a lot of these corners. Maybe that's just a setup that's it's sort of giving him that extra bit of straight line speed, but losing him a bit of wash in the corners. But is he going to be a sitting duck here? With Perfect Paulie, with his DRS open, not just enough. Perfect Paulie not able to get alongside enough to mount an actual charge. This is our closest battle on track still, and it is for a podium place. And Carrera is still not out of the picture just yet. He's still clinging onto the back there. Oh, and Laser goes really deep again. And on the exit, Perfect Paulie's going to get his foot down, but into the right-hander, up into the corkscrew. It's a difficult corner here, and it doesn't really bode going too wide. And it looks like he's able to get the position done because it is such a difficult corner to be too wide at. There is only really one line through there, or one quick line through there. But that does mean that Laser's now under pressure from Carrera, who obviously had a clean run through there and didn't lose as much time. Getting right up onto the rear wing of the Trident car. It looks like he's going to get the DRS, and it does Laser have DRS as well? No, Laser doesn't have DRS, so it looks like he's going to be a sitting duck here again. And Carrera's going to get past. Does take a little bit of a liberty on the corner there. He's lucky that the car doesn't spin out on him, but he is going to get back past Laser and regain a podium position. Laser does obviously have a penalty as well by the looks of it. I'm not checking what that is. Oh, and Mark's on the scene now. Mark's come from right at the back of the grid, last place, and is battling now to be on the podium. If he can get past Laser, I don't think he'll have too much trouble catching up to Carrera. We have got a yellow flag. It looks like it's cleared up already. So, and they're going to go wheel to wheel into the corkscrew. And as they come out, where are they going to be? Oh, and Mark's just a little bit behind. And Deathwing's on the scene now. And Deathwing comes out round the outside of the both of them. And there's going to be contact, and there's not. And they get round, and Deathwing goes off a little bit wide. Mark's going to concede the position to Deathwing. Deathwing is going to take both of them in a matter of 2 corners. And then Laser is the big loser there, losing out to Mark as well. Laser's got a lot to do now to make that back up. Maybe he's suffering a little bit of damage from earlier on in the race. I don't know. Benster sets the fastest lap while all this is happening behind him. And Deathwing now. Also, that's given Carrera a little bit of a breathing space. Just ahead of them for that final podium position. But Mark now is going to be fighting yeah, Deathwing just came out of nowhere there. It's just sort of inconspicuous. I think that's the thing with F2. The race just sort of springs into life all of a sudden. It looked like everyone was seconds apart, and then next thing you know, it's apologies. It's manic, and everyone's going at everyone. And we've got it here again. The Laser Mark and Deathwing battle isn't over yet, and Deathwing still, if he can just sort of avoid losing too much time in defence, may be able to catch up Carrera a little bit. We do still have 5 laps remaining. It's still a long time. Tyres obviously are going to be hurting a little bit now as well. They're going to be like, oh, they're screaming, just take me off! Doesn't work as well when there's not someone else here. Because I'm talking to myself, it just seems weird. Because that's when Dolphin would say, you know, I just miss having a streaming buddy. But we got Captain Bulletbeard in chat though. We got Captain Bulletbeard in chat keeping me going. We love it. And then we see Mark is going to get past Deathwing down in turn 1. Sorry, I was reading something on the other screen and totally missed what's going on. Oh, but Deathwing's going to throw it back up the inside. And he's going to try and regain the position on the exit. Mark gets away. No, he doesn't. He can jump on board. Mark just gets a really bad exit. Deathwing's going to regain the position. Obviously, the DRS helping there to pull him away. It's just such a difficult... This is such an interesting track. It must be like a roller coaster for those drivers in their cars, being bounced around like pinballs. Sounds like I'm doing another interview with nobody. Yeah. Or ending the race 1 lap early. God, that was my finest moment, probably. I thought it was over, but it wasn't. Jeff Carrera picks up a penalty. That could be really debilitating. I'm not going to look at these. I'm not sure whether they're 2 or 3 second penalties, so we're just going to be surprised at the end. I think they're 2. So if Deathwing can stay within 2 seconds, I do think that he will gain the position on Carrera now. But obviously Mark is still on his tail and really fighting for that final podium position. 3 laps remaining now as they come across the line. I'm conscious I haven't been on board with Benster very much now. Obviously he's gained 14 positions, but now he's just breathing out front. Doesn't even look like he's got a lapped car or anything coming. No. It'll be Louis Bolton, he's a long way ahead. As we're still on board with Mark, it's the closest battle. He is following closely behind. He's going to have DRS this time to attack down into the hairpin, but it does look like Deathwing has the match for him out of the first sector. But he is much closer now as they come up the hill and into the tricky corkscrew section. It's so easy to get it wrong. Like I said, one quick racing line through here, and any other deviations can be costly. The curbs are bouncy, especially in these F2 cars. But it does look like he's got a decent exit. He's going to get the DRS out of here now. Is it out of here? No. It's the next bit. No, where is the next DRS zone? Well, it's right on the start. I thought for some reason I think there's DRS zones on tracks where there aren't. But yeah, Carrera's really dropped off the pace now of Perfect Paulie, and Deathwing's got him in his clutches, and will probably get the move done on track by the looks of it. That does bring everyone else back into contention. I think Yui's just a little bit outside of contention now, but is sitting pretty down in P7, and will get some points for this. I believe it's top 8 or top 6. I don't know. I should probably read up on my facts before I start commentating on F2 races. Icy's back up into P10 after having to serve a drive-through for the jump at the start. It's unfortunate. But he has got the feature race to come yet, and there's still a lot more points in that. Deathwing now is going to get the DRS down on Carrera. It looks like he's got a much better exit, so I do think he's going to mount an attack. He's jumped out the slipstream quite early just to see if he's going to get along, and he's not. But I think he knows that Carrera runs a little bit wide through there sometimes, so maybe trying to look up for a quick switch on the inside. This battle is really heating up now for what is now the last podium position, because Carrera has got that penalty. So as long as the other two don't pick up a penalty, they are fighting now for P3. Even though it might not be P3 on track. It's going to be interesting as we come down. There's 2 more laps to go after this. These laps are very long laps, and this is just a sprint race, so the feature is going to be even longer. Are we sure this isn't like an actual full length? Oh, Carrera's gone a little bit wide. Deathwing is going to go up the inside and possibly be ahead now before we even get to the main straight, but he is going to get the DRS now. And we jump on board, and there's going to be 3 cars down into 1, all 3 of them with DRS. Let's have a look as they come in 3 wide. Up the inside, there's contact. It looks like Mark's a loser there. Carrera loses the position to Deathwing. I'm not sure if Mark made contact there. It was a bit of a weird camera angle we got. And I've got Captain in chat. Icy in good shape for the race. Should be starting in P4. Oh yes, obviously going to be starting in P4 for that one because of the way it works. I thought though, when do they? But I thought they like. I thought when they from their one-shot quality. I thought maybe they raced from that or something. I don't know. Or it's reverse grid from this 10 to 1 and you want to finish 6th or something with a 0-point score. It's so confusing. But yeah, Mark has lost out from that little battle there. Obviously they were 3 wide. It was a pretty fantastic little tussle. It looked like they all got away. Well, not one of them spinning out and losing a load of positions or anything like that. So, you know, rubbish racing. And we love to see it. This is the final lap now. I'm not sure if Benson's actually crossed the line yet, so they've got another lap to go. So I'm not going to finish the race early. I'm not seeing a checkered flag yet on this car, so yeah, I believe there is. This will be the last racing lap now for Carrera. Obviously lost that podium place pretty much now. But uh-oh. I got it back. We're good. We'll see we'll see him come across the line. I'm not sure if he lost me there as well, but yeah, we are on the final lap now. Carrera lost P3, so it will be look like. Oh, Benson picked up a penalty. Not that it matters. He's so far ahead now. But we will jump on board with Benza as he rounds the final corner onto the main straight. He's going to come across the line and take the win in the sprint race here at Portugal. Perfect Paulie is 18 seconds behind, a long way. That's Benza's lead. So if we're looking at anything in the race, it's going to be Benza pulling an absolutely massive gap. But yeah, Perfect Paulie is going to come across the line next to finish in P2. And then 4.5 seconds behind, we will have Deathwing coming across the line for P3. Carrera followed in P4. Mark P5. Takes P4 because Carrera's penalty. Carrera takes P5. Laser P6. UE P7 is going to come across the line now. It will be P8 for Sam. Actually, it looks like Icy's going to be fighting Sam onto the line. Is Icy going to make the move? As they come across the line, and it's going to be a photo finish, and Icy takes it over Sam. Sam loses another position, obviously, on penalties there, but that's a nice photo finish there for the lads. Ember Chaos going to round out the last few on the grid in P11. Sinbad Chef is going to be 5 seconds behind him as he comes across the line, and then last but not least, is Louis Bolton in the Van Meer Foot racing car. So that's that. That was a sprint race. That was pretty hectic. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. I don't even know if I can view. Brilliant. Sorry, I'm just trying to make some way. Right, okay, so I'm not sure what happens now. I'm sure they have a break. So this was our finishing order. I've run out of time to read it all out in time. But my mouth is extremely dry. So I do want to get myself a beveragino. It was going to be a cup of tea, but I feel like that's going to take too long because you have to boil the kettle and stuff. So I might just get a cold glass or something. But I'll be back in time for the race, I'm pretty sure. Lovely dry day. Look at that. Look, lovely, lovely blue skies in Portimao. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, we're back. Surely that 5 minutes is almost over. Soft medium or medium soft is the strategy. That's what Icy thinks. I wonder if I can view the starting grid. Oh, as we're about to start. So we'll see it anyway. Here we go for the feature race, the last one, or not just yet, but last race was 13 laps. This one is going to be 19 laps. So it is going to be a little bit longer, and there is a mandatory pit stop now. As we'll look to see what tyres everybody started on. Perfect Paulie in P1 started on the mediums. Devour in P2 started on the softs. Icy on the softs. Deathwing joined them on the softs all the way down to Sinbad, so that's Shaney, Laser, Chaos, Sinbad all on the softs. Carrera and Baby Boy both electing for the mediums. Bulski electing for the softs. Yui gone for the mediums. Sam softs, Louis Bolton softs, Benster at the back of the grid with Mark. Why is Mark at the back of the grid again? I never know. And Benster at the back with him. Obviously got a lot to do starting on the mediums. Mark's decided to start on the softs. I made a mistake. I bought a rich tea biscuit in with me and it's staring at me and I want to eat it, but I'm conscious that I'm live on a stream, so I shouldn't. But got a raspberry Fanta instead of a tea because, you know, the kettle's going to take too long to boil. I wish I was a way to make like instant hot drink, although there is a way to make instant hot drinks, but like just like a machine that just makes things instantly. We're all going down to 2 viewers. Wow. 2 viewers for the win. Oh, back to 5 viewers. Milo, don't sit on the painting. What's your problem, man? Okay, so we are going to be coming up to the grid. Obviously, we've got there's obviously a bit of contact between Laser and Chaos, causing them both to be sat on the grid already. As we see the rest of the cars line up on the grid. A lovely shot there of the cars on top of the hill. The pit lane is quite unique here, or the pit straight and pit lane is quite unique. It's a raised platform, ramp up and ramp down. Oh, spinning in the background is Benster, I think. Did he just do was he doing that to show off? I don't, or did he accidentally do that? Am I mental? Oh, we're going to watch from the down the hill, hopefully living this shot of the 5 lights, and they go out. No one jumping to start this time. It's hard to see what's happened there. Perfect Paulie looks like he gets a good getaway, but Devour's not going to get alongside as they swarm behind as we come into the first corner. Slight bit of contact in the background from 2 of the drivers, but it looks like they're all going to get through clean. A big bump over the curb there. Not the major chaos we had in the first lap. There is a lot of position changes going on here. It looks like a lot of the cars just jostling for that position on track. This is where we crashed out last time, and there's been another. It looks like another semi-crash, but it looks like everyone's going to get get through way better. There's a bit of carbon fibre comes flying past Baby Boy's car. A few cars going slow in the background now. Baby Boy really pushing Ember Chaos here. Ember Chaos was right up in the lead at the oh no, it was Ember Devour right up in the lead. But as we do see a car round there, who is that? It's Ember Devour. As I talk about him, he spins. It's a commentator's curse, I tell you. Laser now on the back of Sam. Obviously, Carrera's going to be on the slower tyre. There's a lot going on to keep track of here. They are swarming around the track. They're all keeping it rather tidy at the moment as well, but I think the pace difference between the mediums and the softs is obviously quite a lot, and it's going to be difficult for those medium runners. But it's going to be difficult for the soft runners at the moment without that DRS assistance to help get past. There's someone spinning there. That was someone was round all the way. Ember Chaos round again. As there's Benster's moving his way through the pack, he's going to look to make a move. No, he's not. He's going to be done up the inside by Bulski. Bulski's going to get the move done. Or is that Yui? It's Yui. Oh god, it's so hard to tell with these cars who's who and what's what. Benster's going to look up the inside of Yui now into the hairpin. Looks like he's going to get the move done. And looks like the Red Bull livery car of Mark is also having a go. But he's not going to get it done. Emma Devour right on the back of Laser. Just 2 tenths and then he's back. Only 3 tenths from Baby Boy. So they're all still very close. There's still a lot to play for. A lot of laps to go in this F2 feature race at Portimao circuit in Portugal. Looks like we have a battle for the lead at the moment as well, so I'm going to jump on board with that for just a moment. I know that battle in the middle with all the cars is sometimes more fun to watch, but we have to remember that the winner of this race takes home the big prize, all of the points and bragging rights as F2 race winner, F2 feature race winner. But Deathwing keeping Perfect Paulie on his toes. Perfect Paulie obviously on the slower tyre. So we'll be looking to run a longer stint here at the beginning of the race. Looks like Mark and Yui are battling down at the back. Mark not able to get the position on Yui yet. He has been trying for a lap now. Benster's look to try and take Devour, but Devour's on the back of Laser now, right on the back with a DRS. And he's not going to get the move done. And Benster behind's lurking and waiting. Looks like Carrera's had a small wobble in front of them. And it looks like now Devour is going to try and drive around but into the corkscrew section. And really difficult. And it's Sam's picking up a penalty for running wide in the corkscrew there. Oh, and there's contact and they're round. And it's a few cars there that have slowed. Emmett Devour's going to lose a few positions. I'm unsure what happened there. But the two Ember boys caught up in tussle. At the corkscrew. Oh, I've said it once and I'll say it again. The corkscrew isn't a place to be going more than one car wide. It's a difficult section of track. Benster's obviously lost a little bit of time there, having to slow down, but it looks like he did get his car slowed down in time to afford any contact. Bulski on the back of Mark, on the back of Yui. DRS assistance going to be available. It looks like Mark's looking to make the move as we watch on board. As we'll jump on board, actually, he's going to get through before we even get to that final first corner. Straight. But there is all this DRS and they're weaving all down the straight. Behind, Bulski is lurking as well. As we jump on board with Bulski, we'll see. Oh no, I've jumped on board with Mark, Yui, Bulski. It's all battling out and there's been a change for the lead. There's been a change for the lead. Perfect Paulie has conceded position now to Deathwing. Sorry about that. I was just reading a job offer. So it looks like Icy now is caught onto the back of the pack now as well. And is going to be in a good position to try and take Perfect Paulie in a couple more corners. Especially if Perfect Paulie keeps attacking Deathwing. Because they're both going to lose time obviously in the battle. They have got a big gap to Baby Boy. About 7 seconds now. So they are pretty safe from that. As Laser looks like he's lost a few places as well. He must have, I think he was caught up in that original battle. It was Laser, wasn't it? It was Laser, Devour, Chaos and a few others. Mark's gained a few more now. I've kind of lost track of what's going on. Lots and lots of overtakes happening. That's Carrera getting past Sam into turn 1. But it'll be top 10 score points in the feature race. Top three now separated by literally half a second each into the tricky corkscrew corner. I don't even know if it's called corkscrew, but I like to call it the corkscrew. Position changes down the bottom. Louis Bolton gets in front of Sinbad Chef. But this is the battle we want to be watching at the moment. This is the top three. This is our podium runners, all on track, all to pit. Perfect Paulie on the longer run strategy, so is in the better position at the moment. If he can just keep in touch with Deathwing until Deathwing needs to pit, he's going to be in a really good position just to stretch out that stint and come with a really fresh set of softs for the final part of the race. Does look like Icy's going to try and make a move, but they do both have DRS. He's not going to get close enough as they come down the hill into turn one. A hairy braking zone into a really long set of right-hand corners. It feels like the rights to go forever. You've come right back on yourself and then up the hill again into the second of the DRS zones. Both of them still have the DRS active, so they will pull that gap into Deathwing just a little bit, but not able to get past yet. Icy, he needs to get well on the traction out of the hairpin. It looks like he's not going to be close enough, but obviously into the corkscrew section now. Up and away in the slipstream. Looks like Deathwing's had a bit of a bad time through there and has lost a big chunk of time to Perfect Paulie behind. Maybe those soft tyres really not going as long as he was hoping. Maybe he's feeling a bit strained from them, but he is going to be under pressure now into turn one in the next DRS zone if he makes a slight mistake again. Running here, so I'll jump aboard real quick. Looks like Sam's about to make a move on, oh, that's Benster getting past Sam actually. So Benster is hunting down the front three. There's enough time to do it, and he came from the back of the grid and has had that incidences. And there we go, Deathwing dives into the pits. Icy's going to go a few more laps on these soft tyres. He's in the slipstream, both with DRS still, and they're both still going to get DRS through the next one because I believe it's just one activation zone for DRS on this track. Benson does set the fastest lap, but there you go. Icy looks like he's got a better exit there up the hill. DRS and the DRS on that Carlin's going to open as well, I believe. It doesn't, so there is 2 DRS zones, so it does look like he might have a run up the inside. He's not going to be close enough. He puts the brakes on and thinks I'll try again next lap. Looks like Deathwing's coming out the pits now. Is he going to be racing on the exit? No, I like watching a race on the exit. But Benster now up into P4. Already made a few more positions. He's absolutely steaming now. And he'll be on the back of the leader very shortly, I am sure. Perfect Paulie goes a little bit deep into that corner, but it seems like he gets a really nice exit and is gathering a lot of speed up towards the next hairpin. Oh, and they go Icy into the pits. Only did one more lap, so that will let Perfect Paulie drive off now. As we see what battles are ensuing on track, we've got Carrera on the back of Sam. No one else diving into the pits just yet, by the looks of it. Those other soft runners just staying out for a few more laps. Mark, notably up load of positions, but still out on track. Benster on the mediums in a really good position now. Obviously, come all the way from the back of the field. It does look like, oh sorry, I've jumped off board there, but it does look like Carrera has, oh, he's not made the position on Sam. Sam's held off and has not conceded just yet. I'm going to mute while I eat a biscuit because it's looking at me and I don't want to eat a biscuit on cam. So enjoy a few minutes of audio up. Yes, it was a very good biscuit. Very good biscuit. Very good. As we rejoin here, Ember Chaos gets a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane. That's not going to help his cause down at in 14th place. No cars out of the race this time around, which is great to see. But a big field spread now. A lot of people not as close now as it was, but obviously everyone on the medium set of tyres. The front lot do have to pit still, and they obviously will go on to a soft set when they do, but they're expecting another 2 or 3 laps before that happens. Trying to see if I can see the names of the people that are watching the stream. Is that a thing? Or do they have to chat? Oh, very interesting, very interesting. You can. There is a button. There is a button. Amazing. But yeah, so we're on board with Icy actually, who now is on the back of Deathwing. Deathwing does have a penalty, so Icy will obviously take that position anyway for the penalty if he just stays behind him. Obviously, a long way to go in the race, and Icy has shown that he's got quite a lot of place here. Louis Bolton has retired, obviously, along with Laser there is retired as well. I didn't see that one. I was paying attention. I did. I found it. Ow, ow, my knee, ow, shit, bollocks. Oh, I've got a bad knee. That hurt. Okay, Icy is DRS open down into T1. Let's see this from a lovely camera angle as he moves up the inside. They're going to go wheel to wheel. We've seen people battle through here all day. Icy doesn't get past, Deathwing holds on, but Icy is going to mount another challenge and try and go around the outside up the hill into the second DRS zone. DRS is going to be wide open this time, and he is going to pull away down into the hairpin. I don't think that Deathwing is going to have enough to make the move back up the inside, so he's going to concede that position to Icy, now up into P6. Oh, Benster and Baby Boy are fighting now. Benster has caught up to the back of Baby Boy. Perfect Boy does have a 7-second lead. All these cars do still need to pit. 8 laps to go. You'd expect to see him pit in the next 1 or 2 laps. And actually, it looks like they're both going into the pit now. And Baby Boy picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. In his haste to try and keep in front of Benster. He has gained himself a 5-second penalty. Perfect Paulie was also coming to the pit, so that means Carrera is going to re-inherit the lead of this race, and the race is now going to really heat up here. Those 3 front-running cars now all on the soft tyre. Let's see where Perfect Paulie's going to come out. This will be an interesting battle on the exit, I think, as we do see a couple of cars. It looks like Icy's car coming through. He's going to be passed. Who is that? Someone. Deathwing's will be passed as well. Yeah, that's right. So it doesn't look like the others are going to be battling on exit. So Sam is 48 seconds back now, a long way back from the leaders. I think 48 might be slightly wrong. Is that not updating or? Yeah, there we go. 24:19. It's more of a 12-second gap, I think, when it all settles down. Maybe not. Maybe I was lying. Maybe 14's better. But these are all still racing. So Benster was racing Baby Boy on exit. Obviously, he's going to have him on penalties now. But a lot of work for these soft runners to do. They're going to have the additional pace now. Compared to some of the others. Carrera and Yui both have to pit still. So they will be coming in I assume very, very shortly. Possibly a slap. It looks like they have lost a little bit of traction. It looks like UE's struggling for grip through there. Carrera picks up another penalty as well. Icy now in the best position in the net lead of the race, with Deathwing behind, and obviously all the other lads on the soft tyres battling it out. And the longer that Baby Boy holds up, Benster, the more it's going to help Icy. Oh, it looks like there's a. Oh, that's the two jumping into the pits now to swap on for soft tyres. Deathwing. Perfect Paulie already sniffing at the back of Deathwing, and he just needs to keep out. It looks like Benster and Baby Boy. Benster's going to get past Baby Boy into turn 1. Baby Boy looks not to fight too much on the way back. He's just going to sit and wait and hope Benster makes a mistake that he can pounce on. Well, we've still got, what's that, 6 laps or so to go, 6.5 laps. So there's still time for things to happen. Perfect Paulie has caught Deathwing and is looking very, very racy. Those fresh softs giving him so much grip, so much traction out of the corner. The Icy in front is already looking like a promising target. Benster 3 seconds behind Perfect Paulie. I think that's who Perfect Paulie's going to be watching out for. I think he thinks that he might have Icy, the measure of Icy and Deathwing, especially with DRS assistance now, as he's going to open up his DRS rear wing all the way down the main straight on the plateau, and then going to drop down the hill on the other side. And by the time he comes down, I think he's going to be well ahead. And then, but not just enough. It looks like Perfect Paulie's going to hold it around the outside. Very, very brave. Late on the brakes. He's going to still be there. Perfect Paulie picks up a penalty for running wide, for cutting the corner on the entry, on the apex, and they're still going to go wheel to wheel. DRS is going to open for neither of them, and they're wheel to wheel. Perfect Paulie, Benson's going to be right behind now. Perfect Paulie gets past Deathwing, and Benson now only within a second as well, so might be detrimental. Icy's managed to stretch the lead out front just by a tad. 5 to go now, and it's all heating up here in the F2. A lot of cars are still on track, all next to each other, all racing for the same points. Benster no penalties, Icy no penalties. There are two in the best position at the moment. Benster looking really racy at the back of the pack, of this little pack, as he has a little sniff. You can see him just twitching the wheel there, just ready to make that move if the gap opens, and he sees a little gap there and maybe just doesn't have enough on the exit. But that soft tyre really showing its pace now as he pulls up alongside Deathwing. DRS is going to open, but it looks like Deathwing's got some really good straight line speed and is not going to be conceding there, and there he goes a little bit deep, and then there we go. Benster's going to drive up the inside. Looks like someone's had an off up ahead of him. Oh no, it's a lapped car getting out of the way. Deathwing does lose that position to Benster, and Benster now on the hunt for the other soft runner in front of him, Perfect Paulie, who has taken about 5 tenths out of Icy in the last lap or so. As we look further down, Sam is right on the tail of Carrera, looking to make a move for P6. In Teo Porcher's ART car. He's going to get the DRS down to the hairpin, but he's not going to be close enough this time. But he's got to use this. It looks like Emma Devour might be close enough actually to make a move down into the hairpin. He's going to get a rear wheel a front wheel alongside the rears, but just not enough to get past. He's going to sit behind for another lap and try and mount a challenge next time. There is a yellow off in one. It looks like a grey car. There was one of the grey cars at the front. Is it one of them? I don't know who it is. Someone going slow, I guess, for traffic. As Baby Boy drives past that traffic. Oh, it's true. Dada Bankwa, you are my best streamer. Yeah, boy. I don't know what that means, but it tinkled in my ear. It might be because you're a first-time chat. How do we pin that? Yeah, let's pin that message. Man Unit. Yeah, pinned it. Look. Oh, baby boy's out. I was pinning a chat and baby boy's DNF'd in the pits. That's, oh god, I don't know what's happened there. Maybe someone will be able to tell us after the race. Benster is now right on the tail of Perfect Paulie. Icy still thinks he might be able to take the win. He's got about just under 2 seconds to those two behind him, but they still have to battle it out for their track position. So he is going to have a little bit of time just to breathe while hopefully these soft tyres start to go off. But Perfect Paulie's had a little bit of a wiggle on the through the fast right-hander, and he's going to really open up the door for Benster, who's going to open up the DRS, drive alongside the Carling car, and try and take second place from Perfect Paulie on track. As he does come past there into turn 1, and nice and easy move this time. So now on to Icy. Thinks Benster to take a second win in this weekend and win the sprint and the feature, but Icy still has some life left in those mediums, hopefully, to fight back. Perfect Paulie might not even be done yet either. There's a slow car from the right just letting him pass. So blue flags, I assume, from one of the would be Shaney's car, I believe. Everyone else in the field looking kind of spread out now. Looks like there might have been some accidents or some incidents. But that lead now for Icy is almost down to a second. He's almost lost the DRS. He's almost going to be in DRS of Benster's almost going to be in the DRS of Icy. And it's going to be a tough ask of Icy now to hold that position. He wants to hope that Benster picks up a penalty like he did in the sprint race, and that he can keep it clean. But the DRS is going to be open. Icy's going to go really defensive straight away and take a much tighter line to the wall there of the pits. But Benster this time's not going to be close enough, but he has taken a massive chunk out of Icy's time, and down in turn 1 you can just see the grip he's got there on the softs, able to really just pull the car in and get onto the accelerator as soon as possible. But DRS this time, he might be a little bit closer this time, but don't think it's going to be enough. It's quite a short run down into this corner. Not just yet. It's going to be 2 laps to go now. So Benster's got to make his move quickly. The soft tyre, 6 laps old at the moment. It's not going to be the best tyre. It's not going to be the worst. I don't think it's screaming at him just yet. But if Icy can hold him up and really push him into making a mistake, or just sort of scrubbing those tyres up, but it does look like he's close enough that when we come to the main straight here, he's going to be almost past before we even get round the corner by the looks of it. Really hustling now, really wants to take the full Monty this weekend. He obviously didn't get the one-shot quali pole, so it would be a complete, what do they call it, there's a thing for it. But he's going to go up the inside. He's passed. He has got past. Onto the final lap. Icy's not giving up just yet. Icy says, "No way, Jose. I'm coming back at ya. DRS open. Jump on board." He's going to go. He's going to look to go around the outside. Is he going to go for a switchback? He's driven Benster deep. He is. He's going to go back on the power. He's not going to have enough. That medium tyre just not giving him enough to get it. But we're going to be on board now for the final few corners of this race. Icy with a chance to take the lead from Benster. Icy's led so much of this now after his early, after such a bad sprint race. Obviously finishing so low down due to jumping the start. Benster goes really wide and he's cut back inside. Icy's not able to sneak the car up the inside. Only a few more corners to go now. It looks like Benster's really struggling on his tyres, and Icy is really sitting right up in that gearbox. He's going to have to try and make a move into the final corner, but it looks like it's all going to be too late. There'll be no more DRS help. And it looks like it will be Benster that will take the feature win now as well. Icy is going to follow on right behind, just 5/10 back. Is that the flag? Am I doing it again? It is the flag. Icy. Then Perfect Paulie does finish it in P3. Deathwing's going to come across the line in P4. Obviously penalties all going to have to come here. Carrera is meant to be P5. It looks like Shaney's come across the line now as well to finish his race. Carrera, just a few more corners to go. And then followed by Sam and Yui and Bulski as they all make their way around the track to finish this 19-lap feature race. Carrera is going to cross the line. He's going to stay P5. It actually looks like we've got something going on back here. It looks like Sam's had a major incident and everyone's going to drive past him. Yui is going to come across the line P6. Will he stay P6? We'll find out. Bulski coming across the line P7. No, he takes P6 now. Ember Devour is going to be next across the line, and he stays P8. Sam is going to be a P9 at the moment. Will he stay that way? It looks like he's out of fuel. And on the line, it looks like Mark did drive past him, and he got him on penalties as well. Sinbad, Shaney, and then Ember Chaos to round out the grid. Oh, little bump. Well, that was a long one. Benster wins the race again. I believe he won the race last week, or he might have won both races last week as well. But yes, he won the race again. He's very good in a Formula 2 car. He's got his sights set on a champion, but on a championship. But Icy, fantastic drive to take P2 after such a disappointing start to the sprint race. And then Perfect Paulie on the podium as well has had a fantastic time. Obviously was battling really hard and kept Benster behind him for a very long time. Obviously one of the fastest drivers on the grid. Perfect Paulie's really stamped his mark on the F2 grid, and I think we will see a lot more from him as we move further through the season. The rest of the grid, we do have... Oh, yeah, let me have my cursor. Deathwing finished in P4, Carrera P5, Bulski P6, in P7 was Yui, P8, Ember Devour, and came in P9 was Mark. Round out the point scorers in P10 was Sinbad Chef, and in P11 was Sam, P12 Shaney, Ember Chaos in P13, and Baby Boy P14. Did not finish, but would take 14th place. Louis Bolton did not finish, and neither did Laser to round out the grid at the end of this race. No problem, Monsieur Icy. It was a pleasure. I've rambled on. If anyone watching back and you've got this far, congratulations. Good on you. You've listened to my voice for this whole time. Sorry if I didn't catch your overtake. But join us again next time for it'll be Saturday. Will be for the Division 1 race at... Let me look. Otherwise, I will say the wrong thing. Calendar. Oh, why is my Discord gone all weird? Oh, I think my Discord is broken. No, we're back. So where are we? So Saturday we will be... Oh, here at Portugal. in F1 cars this time though. So it will be 9 o'clock on a Saturday for the Division 1 race, 8:30 with I'll be back in the booth, probably with Dolphin, maybe with Icy, but I will be back in the booth on Sunday, 8:30 for the Division 2 race here at Portugal, which I assume I can see will be a fantastic battle, especially if anything is to go by from tonight. Some fantastic racing. But that will be it from us here at OWR. I've been Hypers. I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday evening, and we will see you again soon. Spain? No, it's not Spain, is it? Wait, I can't go now if I got it wrong. Did we just do Port? No, it is Portugal. Oh God, yeah, you scared. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I was like, I just did that rambling speech about Portugal. But no, fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Have a swell evening.